welcome to another exciting episode of The Saturday Shade. I'm your host, Nene Kabutey. And on today's topic, we're going to talk about something very important to me because coming from like an ethnic background, I love it. So I have some beautiful queens, right? I almost said African, but yes, everyone comes from Africa somehow, okay? So we are going to roll with that. I have some beautiful Black queens here with me as well. I'm going to let them introduce themselves and we'll just kick the ball rolling.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hazel, but everyone calls me Hayes for short. And if you want to get technical, everyone calls me Blac Hayes for short. I'm Ghanaian. I'm not going to tell my age, but I'm a creative by nature, a social work by career, and I love it here.
Okay.
My introduction.
Hi, everyone. I'm Deja. My 9 to 5 is engineering. I'm definitely a STEM advocate, but I'm a creative as well and involved in multiple creative entities and endures. So it's been good.
Okay.
And hi, everyone. I'm Whitney. My 7 to 5 is teaching STEM. So I love that they just said that. And I'm also a creative, and I actually say that I teach STEAM so that we add the arts into STEM, just so nobody forgets. So, yeah.
Look at y'all, educating the people. Listen, I wish my teachers back in the day were like very, pleasing with us to like get into STEM because they never did so till today. I hate math. I hate literally all this stuff.
Don't say that.
I do. I only like math when I have to spend the money and count. But that's the only thing.
I was like, in the streets of Ghana, you knew math very well.
You know what? So we're going to talk about culture. I know you ladies went to Ghana as well in 2019 for the year of return. And for those who have never been to Ghana, so what was your perception before going to Ghana?
So although I'm Ghanaian, I didn't go to Ghana until 2016 for the first time. So I spent my entire life not ever going to Ghana, not ever visiting Ghana. If we want to be 100% honest, I had never even gotten on an airplane prior to 2016. So it was just a big first for me that year.
Wow.
Yeah, I just started traveling. And my first time in Ghana was interesting because there was a mix of getting to see family members that you've known your whole life or that have known you, being pen pals with people.
Oh my God, yeah.
Computers. I used to always write letters to my cousins in Ghana. In fact, I still have like some of the same letters and envelopes and stamps that we used to use from back in the day. And then there was like a piece of, wow, this is Africa. Wow, this is Ghana. I never knew this existed. Wow, I have to bring my friends. I can't believe I wasn't here all this time. So for me, that's how it was for me. But it was a great experience. Definitely a sense of feeling at home when I landed on the plane. And it just felt like home. It was beautiful.
Okay.
2019 was my first time in Africa, let alone Ghana. And it was also my first international trip ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You chose the best time and the best country as well. Let me just say.
I lucked out. I mean, I have read about Ghana in history books or for geography purposes, but never really met anybody except for Hazel. So all of this was very fresh, very new for me. I can also say that I was the first person in my family to a huge deal when I was about to get on the plane. So it was just very eye-opening. A lot of people kept asking oh, well, what do you think about Ghana? Is it what you expected? And I just had to keep telling people this is exceeding any expectation I could ever have of a place. Even if I did have some expectation, okay, it's above. I did not know what to think. I just really tried to take it all in because there was so much to take in. But to Hazel's point about feeling at home, I'd never seen so many Black people in one place before. Never. So that was it was a breath of fresh air, just soaking it all in. So I loved it.
And I had a great time. I think for me, I had been to Africa before. I've been to Burkina Faso and Ethiopia.
Right next door.
So, right? Yeah, so but this was the first time I went with actual friends. Like I feel like it's very different when you're going places and traveling with family and seeing relatives and being stuck on some auntie's couch just listening to old stories and people saying like, I remember you from when you were this little and you have no clue who they are.
Like, I don't know you.
I'm like, okay, thank you. Being polite versus being in Africa, meeting people our same age, going out to like the club and where people have fun and socialize and things like that. So seeing more of like the everyday life, the equivalent to a larger city in the States, but it all happening in Africa and being around like beautiful Black people the entire time too. So it was great. And we still got to see other rural areas at the same time. So it was a great mix of both. And that's something I really appreciated.
Yeah. And I always tell people, I'm like, I don't care where I'm from. Yes, no, as every culture, like every country, like they have like the good and the bad. Okay. I'm gonna let you see all of them. Like, the rich side, the poor, like you have to know because it's real. We don't want to like always show people like, oh, this is what we do, or, and I'm like, okay, no, this other stuff you need to see, because I remember a few friends of mine were hitting me. They're like, oh my God, I want to go to Africa. I'm like, okay, you got money? They're like, yeah, how much? And I'm just randomly telling them how much it costs to go with a plane ticket. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, first of all, you go out here to Cabo and shit, and you think that's vacation? No.
Yeah.
Spend some money and go to Africa.
Yeah, and the resorts are like the same price as an airplane ticket to Africa, but I feel like people are more comfortable paying to stay on resorts in some place where they're catered to versus sometimes like just doing an Airbnb in a completely new continent and in Africa and getting a more real experience of where you're staying.
Yeah, and to add to Deja's point, I think people are just comfortable with comfortability. Like if they see more people going, they'll go. Like look at Mexico from just the COVID era.
Tulum is the worst.
Is in Mexico or going to Mexico. And I just feel like a year or two ago, a lot of people weren't comfortable. Like, I'm not going to Mexico. I don't know what's over there. But just being able to see Black people go and travel and be safe and nothing's happening, I think makes people more comfortable. And I also feel like I noticed that with Africa and Ghana specifically, because a lot more people are going and staying. And I know a lot of people who have moved.
Yeah.
So I think it's great.
Yeah, it is. And I'm glad you ladies talked about the welcome because that's one thing people don't really realize that, it's much more welcoming, versus like traveling to like different countries, What about the food? I was just waiting.
Exotic palate, man. Let me not throw dirt on their name.
What? Okay, I'm gonna say this. So my mom's side is West Indian. My dad's side is Black American. There's CP time. There's colored people Black American time. There's West Indian time. And then there's African time. And Africans beat everyone. We are truly from Africa, and then it kind of dilutes itself. But if you're hungry, I enjoyed the food. I grew up around a lot of African people, so I think I was more used to like eating with your hands and things like that. It wasn't uncomfortable for me, but the time, like when you're hungry and you just gotta wait, and everywhere you gotta wait, you just
no. But I'll say this though, the wait actually is worth it because the food comes and it's good, it's well seasoned. Unlike you going to like a restaurant out here and it's like, what the world? Like can do that.
Yeah, the food was bomb for me. I would do the food again. It was just the watching yourself. Like, wait a minute, I can't eat that.
Do you ladies remember when we went to like the restaurant, right, to eat the food?
Just thinking, I'm like, you guys remember when we went to that restaurant? It's such a different experience. Oh, you guys are making me miss you even more. It's such a different experience, like eating with friends. True. In a different country. It just hit different. Like we was just laughing. We were meeting people at the other table.
Oh my God, what's the guy's name?
T Breezy.
T Breezy.
T Breezy?
Yeah.
Wanted to spend some heartbreak money on us.
Poor T Breezy.
I was cracking up when other people were really watching Whitney eat the food, but she was
like this.
like this. And they were like, are you okay? Just don't be afraid. Just grab it. And she was like, oh, this is my first time.
I was afraid. I was.
No, but I mean,
like,
I'm sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Like a mix of fear and discovery at the same time. Like it was so good. It was so good. I need to like stamp that for everybody listening.
Yeah, you tried it though. That's what matters. Like most people will not even try, because I'm actually going, some friends of mine actually coming as well this December.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not going to force you on what to eat. I want you to have your own money and buy whatever you want to eat. Because, I'm very adventurous. I don't mind. I'll try anything else, but I don't want to force people to eat what they don't feel comfortable eating, Yeah. So what about the nightlife at night? How was that?
When I tell you I need a nap, just you asking that. I mean, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. I just didn't realize how old I am. I was like, oh, we got to keep going. Like it's nonstop and it really never ends. Like if you want to be out until the sun comes up, that's a choice. That's very normal. And I don't think I was ready for that. Like I said, I'm to travel with like family members and older people. So, you tucked in, you go to sleep at night.
You know what? I remember, like, remember when we were actually going to see the lady to make the outfits, right? She was knocked out in that car. And I remember taking the video.
That blackmail of me sleeping in the Uber.
But she had to get her naps in. Like, you don't understand. Like, Hazel did not say that we were not going to sleep.
I feel like I mentioned it very lightly, like, oh yeah, I don't think we'll be going to sleep, guys. Just like, yeah, okay, cool. Then we got there and it was serious. Like, oh wait, but we're
it was literally like that video and it's like, no sleep, club, Uber, hamburgers, another club.
Oh my God.
Getting clothes made, another club. Market. Breakfast. Amina Castles, another club.
I know it. You know what's funny? I don't know if any of you have actually worn your outfits you brought from Ghana, right? I could not wear mine because of COVID, because I actually made them for my birthday photo shoot, but I couldn't wear them. So this year I'm like, oh fuck it, I'm wearing this shit for my photo shoot. Did you guys wear yours at any point? I think Whitney, I saw some of yours. Yeah.
Yeah, I wore the two-piece outfit to somebody's birthday. Actually, that was a hit. And then I wore
the blue one, right?
The blue one.
Yeah.
And then I wore, what is it, like a tunic or something? I wore that for Black History Month specifically. And
okay.
Also a hit at school.
Oh, what about you, Deja?
So first of all, I didn't even wait till we left to wear mine. Went to church. Like we went to church and then we went to the beach.
Oh yeah.
So nice. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna wear mine right now because I can't wait. And looking back, it was a smart thing to do because COVID happened and all the opportunities that I had to wear it were gone. Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I was like this. I'm like, I didn't care. I'm like, I'm wearing this shit for my birthday photo shoot. I'm like, fuck it. We wearing this shit. Like, anybody got time for that? I'm not gonna wear like a whole year to wear it again. Like, it's not gonna happen. But what about like, the African, let me put this way. Like, you remember how we went out to like Accra Mall to buy things by the roadside? How was that experience for? Because I think in LA, it's similar to, what's the name of this place?
The alley, Santiago.
Yeah, the alley, Santiago. Yeah, so it was similar. Because I remember when I was about to go to Ghana, I actually went there with a friend of mine. And she was looking at me like, what are you doing? Because I was trying to like bag, like, so I don't have to pay the full price. And she was like, what are you doing? I've lived in LA all my life. I'm like, well, that's fine. You got to learn how to go to the market, okay? How was that experience for you ladies?
First of all, I'm gonna be real quick, but I would say the most impressive part of that was you actually guiding us through and speaking six languages and switching the language for the vendor so that we can get a discount that we so every person we came across, you knew their native language and was like, okay, no, auntie, uncle, we need to. I'm like, yeah. I'm just trying to be quiet so they didn't, be like, this American does not need.
But you know what's funny though? So before actually, like one of the guys and the ladies were actually talking, right? They didn't realize I actually understood what they were saying because they said these were from like the US. So let's try and make money off them. Okay. So I just wanted for them to finish all the convo when I switched like, oh, wow, really? Well, guess what? I understand what you said. So that they were like, oops, so shit. And then when they realized I could actually speak about 4 or 5 different native languages, they're like, well, damn, look like we're not going to make money off these people. But no, that was funny. I was actually telling someone about that like a few months ago, and they're like, how do you do that? I'm like, it's very simple. Just know what to speak and just switch. That's it. Because I mean, I don't mind paying for anything, but don't try to run a game on me.
Yeah. I wish I knew 5 languages.
Listen.
2.
Like, and he was like, it was the fact that he was also speaking all these different languages while relaying back to us what he was doing. It was like dialogue on top of dialogue. Like, yeah, I got y'all. This is what I'm about to do. Boom, boom, boom. Flawless execution. He's talking about something easy.
Because I'm like, when I go back home, I want to feel like I'm back home. I don't want to be back because I feel like we live in luxury already in the US.
Yeah.
So when you travel, I feel like you just feel like, feel the culture, like feel how they like relate on a day-to-day basis and not try to be bougie. We do that shit every day already. I feel like I always say this, I feel like if anybody can pay for a plane ticket from the US to Africa, you bougie already because that's expensive.
Yeah, that's true.
That's expensive already. You can do that. Did any of you ladies try go to any of like the castles?
Yeah, we went to. So what was it? The night after the Afrochella, we went to the Elmina Castle and we went to the Cape Coast Castle, and then there was this place where we got to do, the it was. What's it called?
Oh, the forest. It was like
is the Kakum National Park?
Yes, yes. You can walk across the bridges, like the suspension bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was I knew it was going to be heavy. That's what I expected. I just did not expect it to be as heavy as it was, to walk on the pavement that hadn't been, paved over or anything like that. No, like this is the soil, this is the land, this is where everybody was, this is where it happened. And to be able to go into those spaces, it was actually quite interesting. We got an all Black tour. We were very privileged.
Okay.
Someone from Baltimore said, I don't want a tour with a certain European family. And that was all that needed to be said.
So, and it was done.
Yeah. And we got I feel like we got an extremely authentic experience to be around us for what it meant to be in that space. So it just made it that much more special. We made sure to take a lot of pictures, but it was just very grounding for me, I will say. Very grounding, very humbling to be reminded.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, I definitely agree with Whitney. So we both went together, which I think was great that we got to experience it together. But you definitely feel an energy, and then they did a great job with giving us the facts, but also with the feeling. So the way that the storytelling was done about what actually took place with the facts, it really puts you in that mindset. And you're just your existence and you being here, me being half Black American or any Black American, knowing the greatness that you came from and the trials that other people have overcome for your existence. It was very empowering. And it was just you can't waste what you have here, no matter how many trials you face in America and racism and all those, different prejudices. But it was nice. It was a good just refresher of your purpose, even though it was a sad thing that happened, obviously. Yeah. But that's how I chose to take it all in.
Okay. Because I was born and raised in Ghana, I've been there multiple times and I'm just what am I even doing here? It's what am I doing? But, growing up, moving to the US and having to go back, I'm so this is what all of this was about. You know, kind of like it gave like a whole different perspective about it. Because I have a few friends, like I said, we are going to go there this December, and I'm like, yeah, just get ready. Just buy like a whole box of Kleenex, because guess what? You're going to be crying. I'm just being real.
A lot of the reason why I haven't went back. Granted, the time I was supposed to go with those two, I forget what happened, but either I was too tired, I didn't want to go. But also just behind all of that, I've been kind of running away from certain places like that, just because I know how heavy that weighs on me. I don't know if I can handle that at this point just yet. Like there are even certain museums that I just can't go to because I just feel like I'm an empath, and I just really take those things and they really affect me. So I want to go eventually, but I just haven't been yet.
Yeah, and I think I forgot which one it was, but I think one of the castles, when you go and you start like feeling it's too heavy, they actually walk you outside. So you kind of like just stay out and not feel too much of like the heaviness, you know? Because I have a few friends who actually did go back in 2019 until today. They're like, every time I start to get sad, I'm like, you know what? It is not that bad. Your ancestors went through worse. I'm like, ooh, okay, that's a nice way to kind of like, you know, deal with it your way. Because like I said, for me, I was like, okay. But now I'm like, oh, I get it now. You know, it's quite different, and you know, just the past year, knowing what everything happened in this country with all this Black lives and all this stuff, is like you know, I do appreciate growing up in Ghana because there's nowhere else I'd have loved to go on, because some of the things you go through on a daily basis in this country, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like I think, you know, that feeling of home when people go to Africa and seeing other just Black people, you feel very welcomed, you feel safe, even though, you know, every place has crime, but it's not that immediate prejudice or anything like that. You truly feel like people are friendly and welcoming, and nobody's intentionally trying to come after you based on how you look or the color of your skin or anything like that.
I know. You know what I just thought about? Oh my God, Deja, you give us so much to remember, because you remember when she was sitting under the tree at the house? I'm like,
so nice. First of all, I just love nature. So Ghana, like I would go back to Ghana just to see all the natural spots that I had looked up. But that tree in front of your family's home, I was like, this is the best tree I've ever sat on.
If you let it go, we did take a picture. Yeah, I'll probably put the picture on the screen once I do the edit. But if you ladies do go, let me know. We are going to the beach house this time, because that beach house, I'm not letting it go. I've actually planned ahead of time. I'm going to be there for a weekend because I need it. Because I'm like, I'm not going to Cabo. I'm going to a real beach house, somewhere that I know that I ain't got to pay for it.
I love it.
That's free.
Getaway or something.
Yeah, I think we should make that happen, because, you know, I feel like, you know, like I said, like it gets to a point you have to realize you need to enjoy yourself, learn, and mature as an individual. You know, it's okay to do like domestic travels. It's all good, but sometimes you just need like that international aspect to realize, oh, so this how it happens this way. You know, I don't know what airlines you ladies took the last time, but I usually fly British Airways. I actually went to London before going to Ghana, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I wanted to leave as early as possible in December so I don't have to like be on a flight with like a bunch of people. But guess what? As soon as I got to London and I got to like was the boarding gate, I said, oh shit, everybody and their mama.
I think we took South African Airlines.
Oh, because it's straight out of Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
I know, on my way back. So I was really late buying a ticket. So I ended up, I think the way back was like Egyptian Airways, and the way there was another one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did stop in Egypt. I got a little souvenir. I was like, oh, I made it. Like in the airport.
I finally made it to Egypt, guys.
Oh my God. Yeah, but you know.
Somewhere. Okay, back to the plane.
No, that's fine. Whitney, what do you have to say?
I on my way back, I remember being on Moroccan.
Okay.
And I had to stop in Morocco. But on the way, I know one of them was Ethiopian Airlines, and I think the other one was South African. Listen, there were a lot of flights. Okay.
Yeah. But it depends on when you buy your ticket. Because I got mine way back ago, so I'm like, I'm gone. Because it's just one way in. But at the same time, because I live in California, it's always like, you don't have like any direct flight. Just you have to fly to like 2 or 3 different states, or you fly out to a different country, then connect. I'm like,
I don't have any flights leaving to go to Ghana from LA. That's so weird.
No, they unfortunately don't. But I only like I only like 2 airlines. That's it for international. Yeah, so the other airlines, I'm not really a big fan of those. So yeah. So any lesson you learned from Ghana you want to share with the viewers and listeners whilst you're wrapping this up?
I would say go visit. Like if you're hesitant about it or nervous, like don't be. Get your friend group. You can definitely stay at an Airbnb. We took Ubers, which I was shocked, you know. We can just like call an Uber, but like definitely don't let the fear of the unknown or not visiting Africa or certain connotations that you might have stop you from exploring and trying something new. And I think, you know, like if you're in a group, you'll be fine. Everyone is really friendly. So go ahead and take the risk because it's definitely worth it. I had the time.
Everything that Deja said, like if you haven't been, you need to go now. All of those other trips, like they pale in comparison. Like just take all those other little trips that you thought you were going to do and put that towards going. No, for real, put that towards going to Africa and really having a good time and experiencing that space. And if you are Black, like the benefits are endless. Like you get to see and you get to see so many more people that I know for a fact you have not seen in that context because, you know, you might have been somewhere else. And it's just very eye-opening. It's very humbling. Don't wait. Don't wait at all.
Yeah, I think the one thing that even I learned is to keep going. Like when I see, and although I feel like we've had different examples of that, like here in America or just, you know, reading about things, I feel like seeing it is different. So like something about like the women selling Beaufort at the side of the road while carrying 2 babies on her back, while carrying hellish on her head. For me, it's like, and it's hot. It's like 90 and up outside. Every day she's outside. From
damn right.
5, whenever the sun goes down, she's outside and she's carrying and she's making a way. And I just feel like a lot of things that I might complain about that may feel very hard to me, that sometimes I just need to suck it up because there are other people who, you know, may look at my situation and might be like, bitch, you got on a fake fur jacket. Like, what? Like, what you complaining for? So I would say that's the biggest lesson that I've learned.
Okay. I mean, thank you, ladies, for sharing. I mean, your listeners and viewers, I want you to know, please take that trip. Stop being scared because y'all can save money. Go buy your goddamn Balenciagas. Okay, pay for a goddamn ticket and go to Africa because y'all get on my nerves. Like, go somewhere. Like, stop being in this country. Like, do something else. You know. But I mean, I'm hoping, you know, we get to do this again. That we get to travel again. And you know, I think this time we're probably gonna do like a vlog and like literally just capture every moment because I think that would be so dope to do that. Yes. Yeah. So listeners and viewers at home, thank you for tuning in and watching this. Don't forget to join the conversation on Twitter, @Kabutey, on Instagram, Saturday Shade, and do not forget to hashtag Saturday Shade as well because it is always about the fun.